Hey guys, I miss you from the last video. Hope you guys are doing well. Today, I wanted to talk about the Evolutionary Banquet, the event that I just had. I think it was like last week or 2 weeks ago, and just go over all the things that kind of went down because there were some crazy highlights.
Oh my God! Calvin turning water into wine. Jesus, making something for nothing, squeezing the water out of a rock.
Internet crashes. My monitors are back. Did my internet go out? Mother. And at the end of it all, I ended up getting paired up with 4 bronzes in a 5v5 match against diamonds. Pull back. Pull back. Pull back. Why the fuck? So, needless to say, it was pretty hectic. But I want to kind of take a step back, and I want to first thank every single person that actually came through with the event. I have the list of names right here. So thank you to Person, Nicholas, Crazy Guy, Concerned Owl, Typically Dusk, Justin, Baby Calvin, Pedro, aka Slopper, Lemon, aka Saggy Lemon, Jack, Nats, Tyson, Blueberry, George, and Chemical. I really appreciate you guys for coming through. The event wouldn't be what it was without you guys, so thank you. So starting back to its origins, the Evolutionary Banquet was based off of the anime Blue Lock, very popular, well-known anime that I'm sure you guys know about and I'm sure you guys like. I love it. Everything that Blue Lock, the anime, really stands for, I fuck with heavy. I think like ego is like a really cool thing to actually kind of go into because it's not really something I see that much in most animes, and at least the focal point, that's something that's very unique. In Blue Lock, there's a specific arc called the Second Selection. It's a 3v3 matchup where you get paired against another team of 3, and depending on the results, you can either lose a member or gain a member. And from there, you would then move on to the next section of the actual training, which would either put you in 2v2s or 4v4s if you win or if you lose. And so I thought that'd be a really good idea to try that out in Valorant because most of the premises kind of follow in the same track. I thought, why not try that out and put that into Valorant and see how it goes? When I was first making the event, I wanted to where it was all individual based. Like you can't bring your team, and I pair everybody up so that way it can be more even ranking systems. However, when the people that were joining, most of them wanted teams to be able to just bring their own friends and have a good time with their friends. And you know, I'm a soft-hearted guy, and we didn't have that many people to where it was like needed to be regulated. I mean, granted, it was a lot of people, thankfully. I appreciate that, but it was still not enough to where it's like, you know, oh, we have to stick to the rules. So obviously I bent the rules for them and I was like, all right, fine, we'll allow it to where you can bring teams. That was a horrible idea. I should never do that again. I basically allowed it to where they can be completely lopsided teammates, where there'll be 3 diamonds in one team and then the next team will have all bronzes. It was completely horrible for them. If I didn't do that, I would have made it way more even to where it would be like 1 diamond per team and then 1 bronze per team and 1 silver per team. But I just couldn't do that since I allowed it to where they can bring their own teammates. Nevertheless, we still made some good work of it. I try to balance the teams as much as possible as far as like who goes against who. So that way it can be a little bit more of an even matchup. It still had some lopsided results, which you already heard from me getting paired with 4 fucking bronzes, but nevertheless, still try to make it interesting. As I said before, the match starts as a 3v3, and depending on if you win or if you lose, you go on to 2v2s or 4v4s. Now, in the 3v3s, it's first to 7 rounds gets the win. So that way it isn't too long because we don't want to have a full game of just 3v3s. It's going to be kind of weird. One issue that I found that I didn't accommodate for was I didn't have it to where players played on both sides. I only made it to where players played on one side, which is kind of unfair for me because it makes it to where attackers probably have a slight advantage versus defenders, which are kind of stretched thin. I'll improve on that next time. But 3v3s were first to 7, 2v2s were first to 5, 4v4s were first to 10, and then finally the 5v5s are going to be a full game mode. I thought that was be the most balanced to where it can allow it to where it wasn't too drawn out for no reason. The overall concept of the game mode was actually pretty fun, and I thought that the way that we went about it was honestly the best that we could have done for what we were set up with, because I had 5 teams and that's not really even pairing. I'll try to see if I can make a 2D animation to kind of show what was the issue with having 5 teams. I went ahead and I'm going to make my 2D animation in real time with paint. This is the high production quality that people say I give. to kind of explain it, so let's say I have 3 sections: the 2v2 section, the 3v3 section, the 4v4 section, the 5v5 section. I don't know how many sections I said I was going to give it, but 4 sections. Yeah. If I have 5 teams, if I have these teams going in a pair and then these teams going in a pair with this isolated team, obviously from both games, I would have a 2v2 and a 4v4 team that gets created. So I'd have one 2v2, one 4v4, one 2v2, and then from the other game, the same thing, a 2v2 and a 4v4. Then once these 2v2 teams go, then I'll have another 3v3 team. So I have two 3v3 teams. And then when the 4v4s go, I'll have one 5v5 and one 3v3. This is an issue if I allow this, because obviously if the team that goes in the 3v3 goes ahead, then they'll just be stuck in the 4v4. And then I'll have another team in the 2v2. So then I'll have basically one in each, like this. So what I came up with is I made it to where the 4v4 team goes, the losers get put in the limbo stage right here. So the 3v3, instead of getting put in 3v3, they'll just be put in limbo, where whoever wins off of this match, they would pick up one person from the losing team. So then they'll be in the 4v4, but then they'll pick up one person from the losing 4v4 team and then move straight up to the 5v5. That way we can just go straight to the 5v5 game mode. That was the way that I figured out. That was the easiest way for me to be able to allow it to where people can be able to, or wouldn't have conflicting results. The only issue is now this isolated team wouldn't be playing for, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4 games. This isolated team played on the 5th round. So let's say this is round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, and then finally round 5, they finally get to play. That's the only disadvantage of this one, but it was the only way I was able to actually come up with something that works. If y'all guys can come up with something better, hey, I would love to hear it, but that was the only way I could come up with a good option. I'm still thankful for everybody that came through, because even if it was an uneven match, it was still awesome that so many people wanted to come join. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. If you want to be a part of any of the events that I host, or any time when I do anything, just join the Discord and I would love to have you a part of it. Right now, I'm in my Minecraft era. I'm coding my Minecraft servers and I'm getting everything ready for that. So if you want to help out with stuff like that or be a part of those events, then definitely join. All the matches that happened, I've recorded, and I'm going to be posting each game in a video to be able to showcase highlights for each player, so that way everyone can have their fair share of screen time. I didn't want to post it all in one video because it ended up being like an hour of footage, even with just highlight cutouts. So I'm gonna just do it like that, so that way it can just be easy to bite videos for you guys. I'll be posting shorts as well of like really cool highlights and stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys come for my next event because I want you there. But yeah, that's it. See ya.